Welcome, everyone, to the LGBTQ Real Estate Podcast, where we connect LGBTQ homebuyers, sellers, and real estate professionals since 2007. Today, I have with us a personal friend, Thom Montrois, from Port St. Lucie, Florida. We know each other going back, I would say, close to 10 years now from real estate conferences, and we're both local here in the South Florida area. And yeah, Tom, it's great to have you on the show. Tell us a little bit about yourself and anything personal, professional.
Okay, well, Jeff, thanks. It's an honor to be here. I appreciate it. And personally, I've been in Florida for 23 years. I built a thriving real estate business in the Jupiter and surrounding area. But recently, I had the opportunity to build a new home in Port St. Lucie in an all amenities community. And I've got to say, I'm really loving it here. Um,
Awesome.
I I was also able to make this happen or build this home for about half the price of what is being built in South Florida. So I'm really appreciative for that. Um, the um, the amenities here are just amazing, and I really feel that it really matched my lifestyle. The people here are just so welcoming, and I know it may sound a little bit corny, but everybody waves to each other here. So
That's
that's
great.
really unique. I love it.
That's
Again,
awesome.
the activities, I love being able to hop in my golf cart and go to the club and the gym and the arts and culture center. So, but professionally, I'm still covering the Jupiter area, but I'm also building my new construction business up here. I'm actually guiding people through the new construction process from picking out the lots or doing the research actually of where they want to be to closing, because it's quite a process, and it's more than just picking out a house. You can buy a new house or build a new house in any of these very nice communities, but it's more about what do they want to do outside the house. So it's matching their lifestyle to a different community, and not everybody's looking to be in my community. People may not want all the amenities, they might just want a few. So that's what I'm helping people with here, and it's going really well. I'm really enjoying it.
That's great. That's great. Yeah, I've heard so much about Port St. Lucie and the new communities, and it's like, it's just a paradise. It's
Yeah.
just all new construction. People are happy with their homes. The builders are doing good quality builds, and yeah, that's a great spot you're in.
Yeah. Hmm.
Great. So, I know there's, so much that we could talk about, but, our format is about 15 minutes. So let's just dive in real deep. I know you have a lot of LGBTQ clients, and I know the LGBTQ community is growing in Port St. Lucie and all the Treasure Coast and Palm Beach County. What is it that you enjoy so much about working with the LGBTQ community?
Well, Jeff, I'd say first and foremost, really love about the LGBT community is we become friends. I would say the majority of the friends I now have all started out as clients. Really, whether they are LGBTQ or straight, uh, it's just it's just a wonderful thing. The second thing is they can be themselves during the entire transaction. I can be myself. So, together we have that loyalty and that trust and knowing what it's like to be part of the LGBT community.
Yes, yes. And I sometimes refer it to as we speak the same language.
Good analogy.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's important, because, especially these days, we're living in a polarized world. And I know South Florida, I'm living here for the last 24 years, and it's so gay friendly. You
Hmm.
know, it's, uh, it's liberal, it's gay friendly, it's all the above. And, sometimes you pick up the news. Well, you don't pick up the newspaper anymore. Maybe you pick up your phone and, you read something and you're not sure. But that's the purpose of this video, so someone can come across it on YouTube or Google and really hear it from someone that's living in the community, selling real estate in the community with as much experience as you do. And I forget, how many years are you selling real estate now?
27.
Yeah, so a long time. A long
Yes, I
time. You have a lot of
started
experience.
in 1996 back in a little town in Watertown, New York. After a few snowstorms, too many ice storms, had family living down here in the Jupiter area, and they invited me down and said, "Come check out real estate down here." And so I chose to come during the hottest month of the year in July, and within a week fell in love, moved the business here, and have not looked back.
Amazing, amazing. So I know you love your community. We know each other originally through Jupiter, and you moved up. You told that story about building a new construction home in Port St. Lucie, and I know that's where you call home. So what is it that you love about it so much? There's a lot of great restaurants that are popping up. I know the arts are coming there. All the Palm Beaches, have great art scene, and there's great things to do. Tell us a little bit about what you love about your area.
Yeah, so Port St. Lucie, the diversity, I think, is one of the things I love, and not just the people, but the lifestyle. So you've got, on the east side of Port St. Lucie, you have the beach community, the oceanfront living. You've got the oceanfront restaurants, all the water activities and the fishing. But then you also go to the west side, and you've got where everything is new and being built, and it's really exciting seeing all the stuff that's coming out of the ground. Even the community I'm in, they're building 1 million square feet of retail. The community right next door, they're building over 500,000 square feet of retail. So it's exciting seeing these new stores and restaurants, and the amphitheater that's being built here, and the dog parks and other parks and softball fields. And then in between, you've got the spring training. You have all the parks. We have live theater in the nearby community or nearby towns of Fort Pierce and Stewart. Live theater for plays and music. Lots of great restaurants popping up everywhere. And Port St. Lucie is actually one of the fastest growing cities in the country. So it's
Yeah,
very exciting.
that's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, I've been there, and I agree with everything you said. Yeah, and tell us a little bit about like someone, for example, may watch this video, and they're not sure what the builders are doing there. They hear this, they hear that. So someone who's really there, define what the housing stock looks like now. There's single family, there's condos, there's townhomes. What's it like in your area? What's available?
All right, so there's a large percentage of single family homes. That's kind of predominantly what's here. But
Hmm.
not to say there aren't townhomes. But Port St. Lucie, for a long time, decades, has been known as more of the affordable area to be, because there really wasn't as much here as there is today and everything that's coming. So a large part of the stock that's being built is single family homes, duplex
Nice,
style homes.
very nice, very nice. Yeah, and I know the floor plans. There's a lot of custom things you can do, and I know I bought a pre-construction home about 10 years ago, and I'll be honest with you, even being in real estate, I made some mistakes. I could have benefited from, working with someone like you, for example. And, one of the mistakes I did was, for example, I added to my contract a pool in the backyard through the builder. And the pool was just, kind of plain Jane. It just really didn't have the bells and whistles. And we wound up, redesigning the pool. And, we kind of did it twice.
Mm.
Whereas, if we were working with someone with experience, maybe we would have, knew of custom pool builders, and went about it the first time, the right way. Um, so I'm sure
Yeah,
there's so many things, just for example, like that, that you could help clients with in addition to, everything else you do under the rainbow. And I
yeah,
guess,
that's That's what I'm here for, as a secondary resource in addition to the the salespeople and the auctions and upgrade designers and things like that. I'm here to guide them on what they can do or they should do with the builders and what they can do after the fact, through independent contractors. And we have dozens of independent contractors that people that live in our communities have all vetted and have good experiences with.
Very nice. Very nice. And yeah, I guess, lastly, I'm thinking, someone may be watching this video and, they're clicking around the internet and they stumble upon this and, you know, what should LGBTQ individuals and families know, for example, I'm sorry, um, what should LGBTQ families and individuals know, for example, about moving to Florida, for example, the Port St. Lucie area? I mean, I can say, for example, it's very welcoming. Um, how do you, in your shoes, what would you say to LGBTQ families when it pertains to, for example, the community being welcoming, schools being welcoming, places of worship? What's been your experience?
So I've found it very welcoming, Jeff. Just to back with a little story, months prior to moving here, I started 3 LGBTQ Facebook groups. And since that time, we started doing monthly meetings around here in downtown. Started out with maybe 20 people, then 30, 40. And then our groups together, we have about 60 people in the groups. Not everybody comes to every month, but we get around 30 people coming. And what's happening is, people are forming friendships from these groups. They're doing things outside the community. I'm hearing all the time now, thank you for forming these groups. I've met some great people. We're doing activities. So I found that to be very helpful. And then we also have the Sanctuary of the Treasure Coast, which is an LGBTQ support center. And they have, I believe it's around 1,000 members. We have Pride Fest every April, and I think around 5,000 people go to that. So I'm finding it to be very welcoming, lots of stuff to do, and it's fairly easy to meet people.
Great, great. That helps so much because, again, you can read stories and articles and click around Google and, but it really helps, I think, when you watch a video and, someone is speaking and hearing directly from a professional like yourself with such experience and, wherewithal that can help them and guide them, home.
Yeah.
Okay, so, we're close to our 15 minutes. Let's get to our last question. When you're not helping people buy and sell real estate, what are your hobbies? What do you like to do when you're not working?
So it's funny you should ask that because that was really the whole goal of moving up here. Because I really wasn't doing anything outside of real estate. But since moving here, pickleball, big passion. I know it is for a
Nice.
lot of people. Um, I love hopping in the golf cart, like I said, and going to everything that I can access. We have a fantastic gym. I love working out. I hired a trainer to mix things up so I'm not doing the same workouts. We have shows, we have comedy shows, music shows, we have clubs and activities here. And our Arts and Culture Center, we have cooking classes, pottery, painting classes. We have celebrity chefs coming in. So I'm partaking in a lot of that as well.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you're not hanging out at home on the couch with the clicker. That's not you.
No, nope. I've made it to
Good.
the
Good.
the resort style pool a few times, and we also have a resistance pool that
Mhm.
you actually get in and walk against the current. You can walk forward and walk reverse. So that's pretty cool too. So no, not sitting at home that much.
No, no, no. Well, I know you personally. I know you're athletic. You're into, exercising, and I wouldn't think any less than, you being out and about and enjoying life. And, there's so much in South Florida, the sunshine, the weather's great. You can be out and about all year, and it's just a great place to live.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, We're at 14 minutes and 53 seconds. I think we covered it all. Uh, One thing we do to end the show, each show, is we do a double thumbs up. Great, great. Hey, Thom, it was fantastic to share this time with you.
You too,
And
Jeff.
let's get together for lunch again.
Okay, sounds great, Jeff.
Okay, we'll make some plans. Enjoy your weekend.
Thanks, you too.
Thank you.